anticipating, and that is why a miss and a hit from Bernard. So first wicket down, Papua New Guinea are 2 on the board. The new man in is Charles Amini.
Yes, I beg your pardon. I thought it was Soper. This Charles Amini, the left-hander. So they're trying to go with that left-hand, right-hand combination. Again, so we get to see a lot of tactics, a think tank. Cricket is very much like a game of chess as well sometimes. You have to make the right moves, the right moment. On the stumps. Very good delivery by Bernard Schultz. Down the ground for a single. PNG 3 for the loss of 1 wicket in the first over. Good over and a good start so far by Bernard Schultz. And on the stumps, played down to mid-on for a single. The end of the first over, the score moves on to 4 for 1. Yes, as I was mentioning, we were corrected by the management of the UAE cricket team. Mr. Shah Hussain himself let us know that Wasim is the second UAE batsman to score a T20 international. The first was against Papua New Guinea in 2017. But nonetheless, a brilliant knock. That was absolutely magnificent to watch. Mohammad Wasim on his international debut in this tournament. He was magnificent. They were chasing a very small total, 136. To score 100 runs out of that is completely something different.
Yes, definitely. It could have been the second, but it was first of its kind. That's for sure.
Very well put there. Diplomatically, very well put there, Shoaib.
So yes, absolutely brilliant innings coming in from Wasim in the first game today. Meanwhile, it's David Visa. Starts off right on the money, on the good length area. Played straight back to the short covers. Tony Ura is the man. Again, impressed one and all in that game against Scotland. Started off really well.
Again, aggressive from the Namibia captain, bringing in David Visa. The second over. There's no Ruben Trumpelman today. He was the pick of the Namibian bowlers the past 2 games.
Again, a similar delivery, or just like the previous one. This time played towards point. Will get a single. It's not going to be easy for Papua New Guinea. It's not going to be dealt with a soft hand, because Namibia are going to come back strong. They are going to go all guns blazing, attacking Papua New Guinea.
PNG do have to score at almost 9 runs and over. They can't afford to take their time here. Whether it's David Visa bowling or Bernard Schultz, they have to get on with it. Play their shots, take their chances, especially in the power play.
Well bowled again, hitting that hard length, that good length area. On the back foot, a hesitant back foot push from Amini. Started off really well, Visa. And he's been brought into the attack early. We've seen him come most of the times after the power play, or maybe at the fag end of the power plays. But to be bowling the second over of the game, I think that's a first in this edition of the tournament at least.
Again, very well bowled on the dot. David Visa, yes, he does bowl with the older ball later in the innings. But Namibia as well, bringing in the changes, bringing in the left arm spinner for the first over. First time they've done so. And now David Visa coming into the attack. All of this just the dress rehearsal for those qualifiers coming up from next week.
Yes, that's right. Appeal, and what a great collect there by the keeper. Very well done. It was deflected off the thigh pad. And then what a great reaction there.
Brilliant keeping. Brilliant. Absolutely amazing stuff. He was wrong-footed, the wicket-keeper, going down the leg side, and all of a sudden, the ball is deflected from the thigh pad. Brilliant take there behind the stumps, saving a certain boundary.
Nice shot straight down the ground. No chance for anyone there. Both the fielders inside the circle. And that ball will race away towards the long on fence. The first boundary for Amini. And the first boundary for Papua New Guinea as well.
Very good looking shot that over the fielder. Soon as that crosses the infield, that's going for 4, especially in the power play. David Visa again giving me just 5 runs, but that last ball going for 4. We were talking about that. Just frustrates the bowler just a little bit.
Yes, it does. 2 overs gone, 9 for 1. Two overs gone, 9 for 1 is the score. And the new bowler is Johannes Smith. JJ Smith, 25 years of age, 17 wickets for him. This is his 13th game, a best bowling of 3 for 19 and a very good economy of 6.33. So 2 overs, 9 for 1. They need some runs, and we already spoke about that. The power play is very important for Papua New Guinea to get into the game, to be in the hunt. Good start from Smith, straight to the point fielder, no run there.
Yes, he's been one of the finds of the tournament as well. The left arm battery, the left arm pace battery of Namibia. Trumpelman not playing today, but Smith, Frelink, absolutely brilliant between the 3 of them. Smith has been very consistent, not given away a lot of runs in the power play.
Yes, the economy of 6.33 is absolutely great to have. Meanwhile, a great shot coming in from the bat of Tony Ura. That one has been played over the long off fielder. And that's a huge 6. 6 number 49 of the tournament coming from the bat of Tony Ura.
Well, I'm not sure if you believe in ghosts, but there's definitely the commentator's curse. That is something that is very real. Again, we were just talking up Smith and his bowling in the power play. The second delivery, beautiful shot there by Tony Ura, goes over, long off for 6.
.2 overs, 15 for 1. On the pads, pitched outside leg. Just a stifled appeal from the keeper. 2.3 overs now. Good comeback there. Well, the message and the lesson learned from that previous delivery is clear. Do not bowl in the slot. Half volleys are not welcome in Papua New Guinea. If you bowl a half volley, it will be hit for a 6. Nicely played again. Shuffling a little bit, but straight to the mid-on fielder. 1 run taken.
Well, I know, Shoaib, you're a left-arm fast bowler and you're not a big fan of somebody coming around the wicket as early as that. JJ Smith was bowling really well, just short of length, coming over the wicket, but a change in angle. That first ball just drifting down the leg side, an easy single taken.
That's right. I feel it's a very defensive approach. But again, that's my humble opinion. He's back over the wicket to the left-handed Amini. Again, making some room. So all these left-handers from Papua New Guinea like to play on the offside, favor the offside. We saw that in the previous game where their skipper Asadwala was making room on almost every other delivery and then playing those flashy drives in the offside.
Well, Shoaib, You had that interesting comment about Asadul Awala having that plot on his name, that extra cover region. So that's definitely a shot that they prefer to play. They favor that cover region.
Around the wicket for the right-handed Tony Ura. Well, the idea is to cramp him for room. Meanwhile, it's end of over number 3. Papua New Guinea are 18 for 1.
A bit expensive there. Smith going for 8. Again, this is the Namibia batting card, or was. That's the PNG batting card. Now Asadul Awala, the captain, out already, having scored just that 1 run. Brilliant tactics, bringing in the left arm spinner Bernard Schultz against him. Tony Ura has hit a 6 and a 4 in his brief inning so far. Charles Amini hit a boundary as well. 18 in the first 3.
This time played up in the air. What a clean hit. 1 bounce into the fence, very close to the comb box. We are under attack here. And the bowler has been welcomed by Tony Ura with a great looking shot over extra cover. 1 bounce into the fence for 4.
I think the new bowler's name is Shikongo, Ben Shikongo. And he just comes into the attack, tonked over that cover again. They prefer to play in that cover region, whether he's a right-hander or a left-hander. And good comeback this time on the pads. Yorker length almost. Swinging in, and you see Tony Ura pointing to his partner as well. He wasn't expecting the ball to come in so much. What a way to start that over. Beautiful hit by Tony Ura.
Ben Shikongo, right arm fast medium, 21 years of age, 12 wickets for him. Getting his first game of the tournament. And good and quick, and some movement in the air as well for Ben Shikongo. And he's running back to his run-up. Well, that's what young players are made of. You and I, we're just sitting in the dugout, in the comm box.
Sure, I can tell you for a fact that I've never even run to the top of my mark, even though I bowl spin.
Some movement in the air again, this time played towards the mid of David Visa. The man there who will stop that. He's excited, isn't he? Chikongo.
Yes, he looks very fit, very quick as well. I like his action, very simple action for a right arm fast bowler. Again, running back, going quickly to his mark. I think that first boundary is sort of made him a little bit excited. He wants to get a breakthrough for Namibia.
A throw at the stumps, a shy at the stumps. Lucky escape, tight single taken.
And again, have a look at that. They're running back to his mark. Clearly, he's not feeling the same heat that the other players are. It's very quick as well. Running in hard and fast and releasing those lightning bolts.
Well, it has been at least 25 years of me watching cricket. I have never seen anyone doing that. He's still running back to the run-up. He is sweating profusely, but he's still running back after every delivery. What do you make of that?
Well, one thing I can tell you for a fact, he's supremely fit. That's very good to see as well. The associate countries, that's one thing that they have under their control. making sure their players are fit. Can bowls to the left-hander in the air. Has that caught the bat? I don't think so. No appeal, no celebrations. The keeper just runs to the other end. Everybody is in a hurry. 4 overs up. The score is 26 for 1.
Well, clearly, I think there is an indication from the umpire that the over rate is not all that great for Namibia. And maybe that's why you see everyone running away, changing ends. And he was instructed to complete that over quickly. 4 overs, 26 for 1.
Shoaib, it's either that or they are very late for their flight to Oman for the qualifiers. It's one of the two things. Because they're in an absolute rush. Have a look at Freiling. He's walking briskly to his mark as well. Maybe they're just thinking, you know what, let's get this over and done with quickly and get out of that heat into the ice bath. But 26 for 1. 4 overs up now for PNG. They're slowly losing pace in this game. Almost 9 runs and over needed from here. 9.5.
Good start for Jan Freiling. This time straight back to the bowler, Tony Ura, who's on 17 of 14. He will have a big role to play if Papua New Guinea want to chase this total down.
Well, they have Soper and Bow as well, who were very aggressive in their last game against Scotland. So they do have that firepower. And Freiling, 34 wickets. We've had the pleasure of seeing 9 of those at least. 6 in the game against UAE and 3 against Scotland. That's 6 for 24 against UAE. Absolutely fantastic bowling in the death as well. 5.8 economy rate. Very intelligent. And as we saw today as well, can hit a few. Can hit the biggest 6 of the game so far.
That's right. Before today, he had 1 6 under his name. After today, he'll have 2. But a very important 6. Coming at the right time. Meanwhile, another 6 coming from the bat of Amini. What a beauty that is. Great balance. Meeting the meat of the bat, and the ball just went sailing and kept sailing over into the next oval.
Well, we were talking about 6s. And that is, as you said, Ahmed, big hit. Beautiful shot by the left-hander. Charles Amini, 12 of 9 deliveries. Leg spinner.
Well, I'm telling you, Papua New Guinea are not going to give up. They are going to fight with all they have. That's their attitude. That's how they play cricket. That's their brand of cricket. So Namibia is always going to be under some pressure.
Wide delivery. The batsman's reaction shows he thinks he's missed out on another boundary ball. Short fine leg is in the circle. Just a little bit of bat on that, and he would have gotten 4 runs. Again, good wicket keeping from the Namibian keeper. 34 for 1 and 4.3. 8 runs already in this over. Very good running between the wickets. And intelligent cricket having hit the 6 and then got in the wide. 7 off that 1 delivery. Tony Ura just hitting it in the cover region and taking a quick single.
Nicely played again towards the square leg. Just a tuck in kind of a shot. Amini getting a run. So the left-handed, right-handed combination is forcing the players to change and run from point to point. That's another discomfort, to put it politely. Every delivery, every single, you need to change that fielding position. And a good slower bouncer. Coming out of the crease, I mean, he wanted to go for a big heave again. But then just letting the ball go into the hands of the keeper. 5 overs gone, 36 for 1.
Intelligent cricket all around. Frelink saw him run down the track. Ball's a shorter delivery, slower one. Again, good of Charles Amini not to go for that shot as well. He could have easily top-edged it into the hand of the square leg fielder. He has that left hand, right hand combination. If you've ever played cricket or if you've been in the field when that's happening, you want to find that spot where you don't have to move from. I usually go to deep cover, which then becomes deep square leg. There's not a lot of running in and out of the circle against the left hand, right handers.
That's right. Or you either don the gloves. This time played fine. Backward square leg. Fielder will cover that. Not enough legs onto that shot.
Well, David Visa has been a bit disappointing in this series so far. Not scored a lot of runs. We've been talking him up as that international X-Factor player for Namibia. But I'm sure when the qualifiers come in, he's going to up his game. Again, misfortune for David Visa and lucky for Tony Ura. Gets the top edge over the wicket keeper for 4.
Oh yes, absolutely. Fortune favours the brave, they say, and that is what Tony Ura is, a brave batsman. Coming down the track to an international player, like you said, David Visa, and then going for a big heave. You get some bat onto it, the ball will sail away, and that is exactly what happened. Over the keeper's head for 4.
Well, clearly the batsmen don't care who's bowling to them. We saw Asadullah Wala when he came into bat, went for a very defensive field on a hat-trick delivery. Clearly Tony Ura does not have that problem. Runs down the track to David Visa, previous delivery, and again short ball played in the gap. Square leg running in, have a lot of ground to cover, and that boundary is so far away that by the time he releases the ball, they complete a third.
Good running between the wickets. It is hard, it is difficult, but they need to run hard so that they can get to that total. They are chasing a total, so every run counts. And on that occasion, they ran hard and got 3 runs. So 45 for 1 now after 5.3 overs. 3 more deliveries to go in the power play. Can they get another boundary or 2 here? Straight down the ground, straight to the fielder. Direct hit would have been absolutely curtains for Amini. Not to be.
Again, good fielding, but that throw just missing the stumps. That was a suicidal run. Yes, that would have been out by miles. Charles Amini very lucky to still be there. 46 for 1 PNG. They've started the power play really well. And this chase as well.
Short ball. Wanted to hit a big shot. Not to be. It was much too quicker. Did not expect that ball to be so quick, and did not expect that the ball will bounce. That extra bounce being extracted from David Visa. Tony missing that completely. 5.5 overs, 46 for 1 is the score. Last ball of the power play left, and it is David Visa who will be bowling to Tony Ura. In the slot, driven hard, but excellent fielding there. Johannes Smith saves a certain boundary. 6 overs gone, 47 for 1.
It's a good power play that, going at 8 runs and over. The PNG batsman. So the Lovala out for 1. Then Tony Ura and Charles Amini have put up a great partnership. Going at faster than a run a ball, which is very important when you're chasing 174. 6 overs, 47 for 1. Very strong power play. The power play highlights that first over. Bernard Shaw's getting the wicket. Then beautiful shot by Charles Amini and Tony Ura straight down the ground. They look really fantastic, both of these batsmen. Very strong down the ground and over that cover region. David Visa, unfortunate, but has gone for a few runs. We're back live. Bernard Schultz, the only wicket taker so far, coming back into the attack.
Yes, after that first over, the opening over, he was not called back until now in the 7th over. With the ball a little bit older, expect him to get a lot more turn and grip off the surface.
Down!
Slow wicket. You saw how that ball after pitching was even more slower. So you need to bowl at the right speed to make sure that you trick the batsman.
Well, this is the 6th game on this wicket in the last 4 days. Misfield there. But no damage done. The wicket has gotten slower and lower. We're in the 7th game today. This UAE Summer T20 Bash featuring Scotland, Ireland, UAE, Namibia and PNG.
Stepping down the ground, played it up in the air. That's gone a high mile. And it has got the distance as well. That's a big six, biggest of the day so far. But at least one of the bigger ones. Tony Ura gets a big six under his belt and puts the attack back on the opposition.
That's one way to do it against Bernard Schultz, using his feet. Again, we mentioned the wicket is getting a bit slower, and that's the one thing you can do against the spinners. Run down the track and hit them straight down the ground for 6.
Just a dummy movement, giving the impression to Scholz that he might just come out of the crease again. But then checks his shot at the last moment, gets a single. So smart batting this time from Tony Ura. Looks in better control of the innings. He has paced his innings. 37 of 24 for him. Are we seeing another 50 here from Tony Ura? I've seen quite a few today itself.
The openers, all 4 teams scored runs today. On the pads, this time played to square leg. They were looking for 2, but that was never on. Good decision not to go for 2. At the end of the 7 overs, 57 for 1 PNG.
So Papua New Guinea have started off decently well. 13 dots so far. 119 singles. 1-2, 1-3 as well. And 3 boundaries and 3 sixes. Meanwhile, there's a change in the comm box. Giving me company is Ahmad Khwaja.
Thank you very much for that intro, Shoaib. Interesting passage of play right now. The PNG have got a good start. Tony Ura batting beautifully. But they need somebody to cash in big time. They need somebody to go big. Play a knock of about 70 or 80. It's an imposing target of 175. But so far so good for PNG. They've kept wickets in hand. Scored at a decent pace. Heaved away towards mid-wicket. But long on, moving around swiftly. David Visa out there. And they'll only get 1.
Yes, good fielding there from David Visa. Great throw. Throwing at the keeper's end. Always difficult. Quick and fast. Top quality wicket coming in. Meanwhile, there's a change in the field now. They've got a short cover for the right-handed Tony Ura. But I think he will be targeting the extra cover region. He likes it to play there.
Indeed, we've seen some big shots in that region from him already. Loves to open up his arms on that offside. Allow your France into the attack. Bats in the middle order and bowls some leg break as well. Useful player to have in the squad, especially wrist spin is en vogue in T20 cricket these days. You need one of those in your team. Ball toss bashed besides the cover fielder. David Visa once again in action. So that one was an offie though, interesting.
Yes, that was definitely an off spinner and has a very similar bowling action to Harbhajan Singh, who likes to wing his arms and then comes into bowl. Interesting from Hilawia, France. Another good delivery in the block hole, played it fine towards the third man fielder. Chase for him, diving effort, brilliantly done. But I hope he's not injured. He's gone and crashed into those hoardings there.
Incredible commitment from the Namibian fielders, diving head on into the advertising board in order to save that boundary. And he looks to be good to go. Top effort there. These are just warm-up games after all, nothing at stake, but the commitment level and the energy has been brilliant to watch. Take a look at this sterling fielding effort right in there. My goodness.
Well, that was a really special effort coming in. 7.3 overs now, Papua New Guinea. 62 for 1. This has been a mixed bag of an over from Hilawia, France. Has to be a little more consistent with the line and length, I feel.
Indeed, trying too many variations. Powered down the ground by Tony Ura. Long off will have to move around smartly, and David Visa is a very experienced campaigner. He's standing a lot straighter. So good decision there. And it's fun watching Hilawia, France bowl. You never know what's coming up next.
That's right. This is good field placement, especially for an off spinner. You will always want that long off fielder to be straighter and the long on fielder to be wider.
Down!
Another good shot straight down the ground. Yeah, France has kept David Visa very busy.
Well, if only your long off is in action with your spinner onto bowl, I think he's doing quite well there. Not spraying the ball all over the place towards point or behind square. Pumped away towards that cover fielder once again. David Visa has to work hard and he does excellently there. Overthrows though. The commentator's curse is undefeated.
Yes, it is undefeated. Every time, every single time we say something good about someone, and exactly opposite is what happens. 8 overs gone, 66 for 1. Tony Ura on 41. And he's inching closer towards that 50.
Indeed, very fine innings from him. Charles Amini as well giving him able support. We saw Norman Vanua hit some big sixes in the previous game. Seisei Bao is another very good player. Kipling Doriga, the wicketkeeper batter. Jason Keela as well. Hard-hitting batter, so they do have depth in their playing 11. But to get close to 175, Tony Ura is the key player. He needs to make at least 60 to 70 runs at a quick rate, and then everybody else bats around him. Let's see what the Blue Eagles of Namibia do here. Looks like there's going to be a change in the bowling once more. Ben Chikongo with the ball in hand. Looked quite impressive. Hustle and bustle run up and swinging the ball at a decent clip.
Well, after that first wicket, Papua New Guinea have built a partnership here, slowly and steadily getting into the game, scoring at almost 8 runs an over. And that continues to grow, because this one has come from the bat of Amini. Innovation at its best. Improvising, anticipating the ball to be full, and then just guiding it, helping it over the fine leg fielder for 4 runs.
That's a brilliant shot there from Charles Amini. Flexible, agile. It was a slot ball. He could have powered it down the ground, but instead he flipped it over the fine leg fielder in the circle. Excellent start to the over with a boundary. 70 for 1. PNG, Charles Amini looking good. Short ball down the leg side. Had a dip at it. And I really love this body language from Ben Chikongo. Every time he completes his ball, he's absolutely sprinting back to his mark, giving those inches that every team requires to get that victory. Keeping that over rate in mind, that's very important. Inside edge and bowled him. Ben Chikongo has done the trick for Merv Erasmus. Charles Amini has to return to the dugout.
Yes, a vital wicket there at a very important juncture in the game. They were cruising at 8 runs and over, and now they've got a wicket here. Well-built partnership between these two has fallen. Quicker delivery, no foot movement. A little late, a millisecond, and the inside edge crashing into the stumps.
Desperately unlucky there, Charles Amini. He was batting really well, 25 of 20. 2 boundaries and a 6 to his name. And now it's Sese Bao coming in at number 4. Played really well in the previous game against Scotland. He needs to click once again if they are to get close to that target of 175.
Yes, that's right. They've clawed back into the game, Namibia. They were desperately looking for a wicket. They've got one now. And from here on, they will try to put pressure, restrict PNG from scoring freely.
New batter coming in is, of course, Sese Bao. That strike rate not doing justice to his hitting ability. He was batting really, really well in the previous game. But he needs to play a different role now. Just play second fiddle to Tony Ura. And good on you, young man, Ben Chikongo, getting a wicket for his country. The captain, Merv Erasmus, having a word with his young charge. He's been patiently waiting for his opportunity. And when it has arrived, he has come good. The current run rate is very good. Matching what is required. Tucked away off the pads. Nicely done by Sese Bao, and he will get off the mark.
Yes, that's good cricket overall. Good delivery to start off, and then equally well played by Bao. 8.3 overs, 72 for 2. They require 103 more of 69 deliveries. That's not impossible. That is regulation cricket, the regulation T20 cricket. Tony Ura on 41. He's the man. He's the key for Papua New Guinea.
Some rhymes coming in from my co-commentator, Shoaib Ahmed. Yes, he's played a fantastic innings. I think he will take a dip against Ben Chikongo. It'll be risky because this lad has some speed and can hoop the ball around a bit. Straight back to the bowler, flicked his hands off the stumps, a ricochet, but they will scurry through for a single. Good call there by Sese Bao.
Yes, good game awareness. It was Sese Bao on the non-striking end. So the first thing that he did, as soon as it hit the hands, was get back in the crease. And then when he realized that the ball has ricocheted off the stumps, that's when he went off for that run. So good cricket, good game awareness from Bao. Short delivery being pulled away towards the square leg fielder. Just a single.
So Sese Bao looking quite steady at the crease. Left hand, right hand combination would always keep the bowlers sharp. 42 of 28. Asadwala, the captain, could not get going today, but Tony Ura said, no worries, mate, I'll take over, do the heavy lifting. And he's kept his side in the game. Well, his delivery carved away to that cover sweeper. They're pushing for two. Sesebao has yet chance for a run out, but they've made it in time. Good running. 9 overs gone. PNG are 76 for 2.
It's good running on that last delivery. Initially, we thought that they were just going to look for one, but then quickly realized that the fielder was far away from the ball. And by the time he could reach there, there was always going to be two. So 9 overs gone, 76 for 2 now.
I think they'll be relatively okay near the halfway stage. They have a decent amount of runs accrued already. If you need about maybe 90 or 100 in the last 10, you'd back yourself to get that score, Shoaib.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. The required run rate right now is 9. Current run rate 8.44, so they're almost there. 1 or 2 good overs for Papua New Guinea. And that required run rate will come down to 7 or 8, depending on how good those 2 overs are. But yes, that is definitely a possibility.
Allow your France to continue. Nicely driven. Past the cover fielder who gets a hand to it. So these are the kind of bowlers that PNG will need to take a chance on. It's going to be hard to hit JJ Smith and David Wisa at 10 to 12 RPO. So they need to capitalize on the 5th and 6th bowlers of Namibia. But Hilauia France has been relatively steady. 98 required of 65. Very, very achievable. They've kept wickets in hand. Once again, an off break tucked away towards square leg. They're pushing for 2. But they will stick to 1. Good fielding on the boundary. Excellent pick up and throw.
Yes, this is good cricket. They are keeping themselves busy, Papua New Guinea. Making sure those singles and doubles keep flowing. And that target is always within reach when you do that. Meanwhile, another flighted delivery played up in the air. Catch it is the call. Will just fall short of Smith at the mid-wicket region.
Indeed, just curved away from him. That ball was hittable if he could find the gap at deep square, but JJ Smith moving around very, very smartly. 45 of 30, just a hit away from a well-deserved 50 for Tony Ura. And this game feels like it's going right down to the wire. A nail-biter to conclude the Dafa News Summer T20 Bash 2021. That PNG dugout looks a bit pensive, looks a bit nervous. Bottom half of the bat just trickled into the mid-wicket region for a single.
Yes, we've noticed that it's always very difficult to score off spinners when they're bowling at the right length. Not too full, not too short. That good length area is very important, especially for the spinners in this game. Because then it becomes a little more difficult to score runs when the ball is just ticking a little bit, not coming too fast.
No!
Another good ball there. Had that ball hit the pads, that was crashing into the stumps.
Indeed, didn't play straight. Flicked it towards mid-wicket. His bat came down very, very late there, Sesebao. He's not picking Hilauia France. That's the main issue. He thought it could have been one of those off breaks. He's been watching them from the other end, but instead it was the leggy turning into the batter. Nice variations here. I'm enjoying this spell. Floated off break, slapped towards the cover fielder. He'll be disappointed with that shot. 81 for 2 at the halfway stage, Papua New Guinea. Going to be a quick drinks break here. At the same stage, Namibia were really struggling. 70 for 4. Charles Amini had just dismissed David Wisa with that peach of a googly. Excellent catch by Kipling Doriga behind the stumps as well. So they're definitely in the game here, Shoaib. Not over by any means.
Absolutely, that stat there on the mat says it all. After 10 overs, Namibia was 70 for 4, but they still managed to get to that score. So definitely Papua New Guinea will feel that they have a strong chance of winning this game and creating an upset, because in a way Namibia looked as the stronger side out of the two, given the fact that they played really well against UAE and then they also beat Scotland. So Papua New Guinea can get some bragging rights if they win today.
New bowler introduced into the attack. Nicely worked away to the point region for a single. And we noticed in the PNG bowling innings, as the ball got softer, it became easier to hit through the line. Craig Williams and JJ Smith in particular had a fantastic partnership lower down the order. Sese Bao and Tony Ura need to replicate that innings, replicate that partnership if their side is to get close to an imposing target. Late afternoon settling in at the ICC Academy in Dubai. Wonderful conditions for some top level cricket. David Lingen into the attack. Looks to be a steady left arm seamer. Cracked away this time towards extra cover. Long off will have to work hard here. They're going to push for two. And they'll manage it quite nicely. Good shot there by Tony Ura.
Yes, it was played in the gap. And once it clears the fielder who's inside the circle, there is a big gap between the long off fielder and the sweeper cover. And these grounds are not small by any means. So you have gaps that you can make full use of. And that is exactly what these two players have done. Played it in the gap and got runs for that shot. Meanwhile, extra cover is in the picture again. Tony gets his 50 and in great style. He is absolutely a dangerous gun player, and he has proved that yet again for Papua New Guinea. A strike rate of 145. He is made for this format of cricket.
Well, that ball was absolutely smoked. Short and wide from Michael van Lingen. And Tony Ura, that's his favourite region to strike the ball over extra. Absolutely blasted that for four. Brilliant innings. And he set the stage for a photo finish here. Bottom edge this time. Short third man in the circle. So the best thing to do after hitting the boundary, get off strike. And Tony Ura has done exactly that.
Oh yes, nothing more embarrassing for a bowler than getting that 4 or a 6 and then getting that single. But meanwhile, these are the shots that he's played so far. Tony Ura played a lot of the shots straight down the ground and in the extra cover region. 53 of 35 for him. He's the one who's kept them in the hunt of chasing this decent total of 165.
Yes, he loves to plant that front foot down and smash the ball down the ground over extra cover. A bit of fortune there, that top edge over the keeper. But other than that, he's looked in complete control. 90 for 2. Michael van Lingen being introduced into the attack, already gone for 9 runs. So PNG are making a fist of this game for sure. Namibia looking a bit pensive right now. Slower delivery, work towards long on. That's an excellent over for PNG. 10 runs off it, 91 for 2 after 11.
Yes, 91 for 2. Tony Ura gets his 50 in this tournament. Since he's landed here in the UAE, he's been very, very effective. 14 dots. Just 14 dots. That's great batting from Papua New Guinea. 35 singles taken, 4 twos, 2 threes, 5 fours and 3 sixes.
They have been very, very proactive in the field and running between the wickets. As you can see, not facing a lot of dot balls. Allow France to continue. That required rate of 9.3 is very manageable at their current rate. Would only require a couple of big overs. As long as you have wickets in hand, definitely possible of doing that. Down the ground this time, Tony Ura has sent this out of the ICC Academy all the way for 6.
Well, like I said, it's gone into the other oval. That's how clean Tony Ura hits. When he middles it, it just keeps on going and going and going. That's exactly what's happened here. It was in the slot, asking to be hit. And that is a big six. On the television sets, it doesn't look big. But trust me, we are watching this live and these are really humongous sixes coming in from the bat of Tony Ura. Required rate now coming down drastically to 8.83.
This guy is an absolute beast. What a shot that was. My goodness. Down the ground once again towards long on. Back-to-back sixes. Tony Ura knows only one number and it is SIX. Half a dozen.
Well, 100 up for Papua New Guinea with that six. Tony Ura, if it's in the slot, it's going to go on the other plot.
My goodness, he's making a rapper out of my co-commentator, Eminem. Watch out for DJ Shoaib. Current run rate above 9 now. Tony Ura, ballistic hitting against Helauya, France. And immediately the captain has gone over to have a chat with his bowler. Stop bowling it in the slot. This guy is going to punish you.
Yes, that's right. These brilliant pictures are coming in thanks to some great camera work from our cameramen. Hard workers, absolutely. Expensive looking figures for Helauya, France. 2.2 overs, 26 runs given. You could have played that again. It was in the slot. But because Tony had already got 2 already in the over, he decided against it.
The PNG dugout now cheering every run. They believe they have victory within their reach. Thanks to that man on screen, Tony Ura. Look at that, clean as a whistle. Absolute steepler, went over the floodlights and bounced into the next cricket oval. Oh,
right.
Inside edge, Say Bao, has he got him? Yes, he has. Helauya, France produces a wicket for Namibia.
That's right, Hilau gets his first. 104 for 2 now. And Bao, in fact, that is the 3rd wicket. And Bao is the last victim. So some relief there for Helauya, France. He was expensive, but finally he's got a wicket to his name.
13 runs already off the over, but getting that prized wicket, breaking the partnership. Round the wicket, another off break, but this time it went on with the arm inside edge, and that's a brilliant take by Zayn Green behind
right.
the stumps.
Yes, it's not easy, these catches. They're all about reflexes. And that was a good catch taken. Papua New Guinea now lose their 3rd wicket. And it is Helauya, France, who gets his first. 104 for 3 now after 11.4 overs.
Having a mini conference there, getting some fluids in. A new batter has joined Tony Ura, who has definitely become the player to dismiss for the Blue Eagles of Namibia. But he's striking the ball absolutely beautifully. I think there's not going to be any more spin bowl to him after this. They'll have to switch to the seamers. They have David Wiesa, JJ Smith, Michael Van Lingen as well. New batter coming in is Vanua. He was also batting really well in the previous innings. Hit some lusty blows. Norman Vanua has a T20I 50 to his name. And look at that career strike rate, 153.6. So they've sent him out there to propel that run rate. A cameo of about 15 of 8, 18 of 10 would do very nicely here, Shoaib.
Yes, that's right. Now the momentum has to continue for Papua New Guinea. They've got a few runs on the board in that previous over. This over, look at that, 13 runs already. Yes, he's got a wicket. Well, on the pads, but going down leg, no, says Asif Iqbal.
Brilliant appeal from Hilau, very dramatic, Shakespearean. And Norman Vanua, he's played 24 games and he has 24 sixes. So he likes to deal in maximums. Nicely punched past the cover fielder. They're going to push for 2 and get it very easily. Good shot there from Norman, timed it very nicely.
Yes, it was right off the meat of the bat, middle. He middled it really well, Norman. And will get 2, as you rightly said. 12 overs gone. Papua New Guinea are 106 for 3.
69 runs required in 8 overs by my calculation. Hope my arithmetic is correct. That's very manageable, Shoaib. You should be winning that game in this position. Norman Vanua out there 2 of 2. But Tony Ura 67 of 39. Charles Amini did a good job there, 25 of 20. They still have Jason Keela to come. Kipling Doriga, the wicket-keeper batter as well. Chad Soper can tonk the ball too. Definitely within their reach, PNG. They could be in for an upset victory.
Oh yes, there is definitely a chance here, no doubt about that. And if you have Tony Ura for a few more overs, he is absolutely going to nail the game for Papua New Guinea the way he's playing.
Well, let me attempt a pun of my own here. If it's Tony Ura for a couple of overs, then it's going to be game over. Sorry, I apologize to all our viewers. The dad jokes are coming in thick and fast. And coming in thick and fast for Namibia will be JJ Smith. Good bowling change.
That's right, JJ Smith. Papua New Guinea needs 69 of 48. On the pads, going down leg. So around the wicket for the right-handers. That's a clear plan that JJ Smith has been executing over the few games.
Yes, they know Tony is going to thrash the ball over extra cover down the ground, so they're trying to jam him up. Definitely makes sense, but JJ is not as quick as some of the other bowlers, so if he bowls it in the slot, Tony Ura is going to cash in big time.
Nicely played on the back foot. Will just be a single. Flat throw comes in. Good job there in the deep. Now what Norman has to do is just give the strike back to Tony Ura. Required run rate is 8.87, which is not that high. One boundary and over is what it needs to get that required run rate. As of now, Norman's mission, if you choose to accept, is to score singles and give the strike back to Tony Ura.
It's certainly not mission impossible today. It's more a test of their temperament rather than their skills. They've done the heavy lifting already thanks to Tony Ura and Charles Amini. Nicely worked away to the point fielder. Chance for a run out. He would have been absolutely stone dead there if there was a direct hit. Very, very lucky there.
It's a very risky run taken there. Tony Ura also knows and realizes that he needs to face the maximum number of balls. He's the man who's set. So look at that run here again. A direct hit, and Tony Ura was not even in the frame at that moment. This is suicidal running and not required at all.
Down the ground, trying to power it through extra. Bit of a bottom edge, but he'll take it for now. Just like I said earlier, Shoaib, it's a test of temperament. Why did you need to take that single? Just relax, bat out the overs. You've done the heavy bulk of the scoring. Just need to take those singles, hit the odd boundary. You will get those opportunities. But these guys are taking a lot of risks.
The last thing that Papua New Guinea want right now is a run out, and that too of Tony Ura. You don't need to give away your wickets. Singles are not that important, as you're already getting some extras. Smith this time wavering off his line and length, and Mr. Iftikhar Ali has to do some exercise there.
A very pleasant person to meet off the field. 65 required of 44. Surely you should not be losing from here, Shoaib Ahmed. When you have 7 wickets in hand, your entire batting line to come, that game is there for the taking. Pulled away this time by Norman Vanua towards mid-wicket. They'll stick to a single as there is a sweeper out there at deep cow corner as well.
Yes, just a single, and that is what is needed from Norman. Tony doesn't need to feel the pressure. It's all about nerves here. I'm sure he must be itching for a boundary. That's what happens when you are so well set. You want to hit every delivery out of the park. But that also means that you need to control that aggression. Big shot coming in, slashed, and that is exactly what I was talking about. Controlling your nerves, not on that occasion. Tony finds the fielder And that is a wicket number 4 on Nelson. 111, and that is the dreaded Nelson which strikes here.
Absolute disaster for PNG. It was short, it was wide, it was a hit-me delivery. He absolutely smashed the cover of it, but straight to backward point, who takes a sharp catch. Tony Ura has to depart after playing a stunning innings for PNG. And now the game is right in the balance. You can see he's desperately disappointed. 69 of 42. Outstanding innings by the second opener for PNG. He took the responsibility after the captain fell early. But JJ Smith getting a vital wicket for the Blue Eagles.
Yes, they've got a wicket at the very right time. Namibia 101, 111, 111 on the board, and that's when the wicket fell. So Nelson on the board now for 4. It is Simon Atai, the left-handed batsman, playing his second game. He's not scored any run yet. But today is his day to score a lot of them.
What a moment to come in a pressure game. The final match of the Dafa News Summer T20 Bash. You're chasing 175 against one of the strongest sides in the tournament. And he's been sent in when the run rate is about 9 RPO. This is the dismissal once again. Hard slash, but straight to backward point. There were only 2 people in the ring on the offside, and he found one of them. And now he's turning to his gun all-rounder, Jan Freiling, into the attack. And once again, Norman Vanua wants to play some golf out there.
Well, now he's the senior partner in that partnership, so he has the responsibility to score runs, and he goes big in the very first ball, completely missing that line and length of the delivery, nowhere close to the ball. You need to be aggressive, but you also need to be aware of what the bowler is going to bowl. Anticipate. Slow delivery again. Getting the inside edge of the bat. So Norman has not done his homework here. He should be anticipating a ball which is slower. But as of now, he just wants to throw everything at it.
He seems to be feeling the pressure of the moment. Swinging for the fences. I really don't understand this approach. Maybe he's been instructed by the team think tank. Whatever you do, just go out there, start hammering the ball. This time smashed over cow corner. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. 4 runs for Norman Vanua. It sat in the pitch, asked to be clattered, and he said, thank you very much.
Well, a poor delivery, and making full use of that delivery was Norman Vanua. He played that in the gap. No chance for any fielder whatsoever. There was one at square leg, one at mid-wicket, and it was right in the middle of those 2 fielders. So good shot for Norman. 115 for 4 now. Slower delivery, slower delivery. This time played a little bit too early. Had to wait for the ball. Slicing it towards third man, just a single.
Well, I clearly remember in the previous game, Norman Vanua, first delivery was slammed down the ground for 6. So that definitely seems to be his mode of operation. Simon Atai will be interested to see his approach. Will he just rotate the strike, hold up one end, or will he start going hell for leather as well? Left hand, right hand combination at the crease will keep Jan Freiling on his toes. 116 for 4. Short ball hit away towards backward point. Chance for a run out. My goodness, he was absolutely yards away from the crease. Direct hit, and his goose was cooked.
Yes, indeed. The goose was already on the way back. Because that was a suicidal run. Had all the time in the world to aim at that delivery. And he was nowhere in the picture. He had to just continue running. He had that hit straight into the pavilion for a shower.
117 for 4. Short ball, wide ball. Umpire's thinking about it. Asif Iqbal, there he is with that grip. Beautiful looking shades. And even then, Norman Vanua chased that ball. He wanted to smash it over point for 6.
Well, I think he's come out with a mission, which he has accepted. 57 runs of 37 balls.
And the problem here, Shoaib, is because they're swinging for the fences, they're playing dot balls instead
That's
of
right.
just rotating the strike.
That's right, again a swing and a miss. Trilink is proving to be too good for Norman. End of over number 14. And the score on the board is 118 for 4.
And with that, there's going to be a change in the com box. Shoaib Ahmed is taking a well-deserved break. And joining me for the final flurry of this exciting game is going to be Abdur Rahman Tariq. 57 required of the last 6 overs. Just an over ago, PNG looked in command of the situation, but 2 wickets going down. And now, losing the wicket of Tony Ura has put a lot of pressure on the middle and lower order for PNG. Can they hold their nerve? Can they execute under pressure? That is going to be the question we're facing. That man with the ball in hand, JJ Smith, providing the vital wicket of Tony Ura. Welcome to the com box, Abdur Rahman.
Thank you, Ahmed. Very, very close game now. 57 of just 36 deliveries. 6 wickets in hand.
Tries that paddle, plays it towards third man instead. He's been posted out on the boundary. Ben Chikongo out there. So nicely adjusted there in the end by Simon Atai. And this game, it's fitting that the Dafa News Summer T20 Bash is ending with a thrilling finale.
Yes, very, very close game this one. They're bowling their last overs. It's been a pleasure covering this series. And fitting, as you said, the last game expected to go down to the wire.
Norman Vanua going to be on strike. He's made his intentions crystal clear. He's going to swing. He's going to swing hard. If it connects, he's going to sail out of the park. If it doesn't, then the ball can go absolutely anywhere.
At this stage, getting the field right is also important. Have a look. It's like 2 fly slips. Very interesting field placing here. Something for that outside edge.
And a deep backward point as well. Very interesting field position. Oh, that's hit him plumb in front, surely. It's been given. JJ Smith takes the key wicket of Norman Vanua. What a comeback.
Well, it's again good tactics, good captaincy to keep JJ Smith bowling. It's his 3rd over. Shuffles across. Yes, that's going to crash into the leg stump. And again, very good decision by the umpire and good bowling by JJ Smith. PNG lose another wicket in this chase.
He was expecting them to feed him outside off because of that deep backward point. Instead, he aimed it at middle and leg. Excellent thinking there from JJ Smith. 9 of 10 for Norman Vanua. 119 for 5. This game is right on a knife edge, Abdur Rahman.
This over is crucial for both teams. JJ Smith has that breakthrough. And if he can bowl the next 4 deliveries and keep the runs down, PNG will be on the back foot completely. They still have 5 wickets in hand. Kipling Doriga, the wicket keeper, coming into bat. But that 96 strike rate is not going to be enough to see PNG through in this chase.
Absolutely, he struggled in the previous game. Just could not get going. But he is a senior batter in the side. Was batting at number 4 versus Scotland. So he's expected to show some quality. It's a tough situation to come in. This was the wicket of Norman Vanua, swinging across the line to a straight one. And JJ Smith knew that he was a dead duck. Both batsmen in single digits right now. 2 for 14. Excellent spell by JJ Smith. On the ground this time, jamming him up. Stifled appeal, but they'll scurry through for a single.
Again, very well bowled there by JJ Smith. Well, Ahmed, we saw Soper play a very good knock in the last game. Would have been tempted to send him instead of Kipling. The required run rate now exactly 10 runs and over. Very much achievable at this stage. With the last 5 overs to go, you can always back yourself to score 45-50 runs. But the pressure of the chase gets the best of us sometimes.
Absolutely, 50 runs required of 30 is pretty much a standard T20 equation these days. Even the likes of 40 of 3 is chaseable. But you have to have the bottle for it. Simon Atai drags it away towards mid-wicket. They're going to push for two. Running around quickly is Kipling Doriga, and he's absolutely electric between the stumps. Good running.
It's both Simon and Kipling very quick between the wickets. Simon, as soon as he had hit that ball, was shouting 2, 2, 2. Was always coming to the danger end as well. So good running. Boundaries are not the only thing needed here. They need a couple of singles and doubles. Quick runs between the wicket. Get that odd boundary in every over. And they'll pass through that last hurdle. This summer T20 bash.
Very exciting game on here. Simon Atai 4 off 3. Kipling Doriga just new to the crease as well. Concentrating hard. You can see in the body language. He's looking to aggress. He's looking to get on the front foot. JJ Smith with the ball in hand. He's had a fabulous game so far. 2 wickets to his name and 48 runs to be precise. Short ball down the leg side. Umpire Iftikhar thinking about it, and no, he said 1 bouncer for the over.
That's fair enough. I think that would have just crossed that helmet. He did duck down a little bit trying to play that mid-wicket hoik. Have a look. Yes, in his standard position, standard standing position, that would have not been a wide at all. That would have just crossed his helmet. It's a very good decision by the umpires.
Top stuff, brilliant stuff. For his delivery this time, big appeal. Umpire Iftikhar, he thinks about it. And he's walked away, perhaps just going down leg. But beautiful change in length from JJ Smith. He looks disappointed, but they'll get a leg by Zain Green Singh. Mate, it was going down leg. It was a good decision. 1, 2, 3 for 5.
Well, again, Iftikhar Ali spot on. He's gotten all his decisions correct so far. Again, as a bowler, you must be tempted. JJ Smith, when he bowls, obviously he moves away. So that angle is completely different from what Mr. Iftikhar is watching. Have a look again. That would have gone down the leg side. Good decision there by the umpire.
I think you're absolutely spot on. That is absolutely brilliant from umpire Iftikhar Ali. Eagle-eyed Iftikhar. And big reverse swing there from JJ Smith. That's the first time we've seen that today. They've obviously roughed up one side and getting that ball to hoop around. And if there's reverse swing in the air, you want to hand that ball to that man on screen. David Wiese. He's brilliant with the old ball.
Good catch that, Ahmed. There was some reverse swing there. Ball moving in very late. But David Wiese, we were talking about this, has had a very indifferent tournament so far. Not scored a lot of runs. Not been very, very good with the ball. Is this the time he makes an impact?
Short and wide. That was an opportunity. Umpire Asif Iqbal thinks about it. But in the end, he's turned it down. I think there might have been a bit of a flick of the bat on it.
Yeah, maybe. And the batsman is moving around in the crease. 52 runs off 29 deliveries. That last over, very good from Namibia.
Bullish delivery hit away towards extra cover. Beats the fielder. Long off giving chase. Despairing dive and brilliant. Brilliant fielding. It's the captain himself, Merwe Erasmus. Almost created a run out there. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, if you guys watching think this is some sort of knock-around warm-up game, think again, have a look at that. Hit very hard in the gap. Merv Erasmus, the captain, herring across that outfield. Brilliant dive. We've been talking about their fielding, Namibia and PNG both. That was absolutely magnificent, saving 1 run for his team.
Setting the tone in the field. He couldn't get runs today, but showing how it's done, leading from the front. Slower ball hacked away towards the cow corner fielder, and he gets that throw in so quickly. Outstanding outfielding from Namibia.
They are a very good unit, Namibia. We were talking about them in the qualifiers, expecting them to spring a surprise against the big teams. And if they keep performing like this, that's definitely on the cards, Ahmed. 48 of 27 deliveries now. Very close.
Oh, change up delivery. Once again, umpire Asif has let it go. That was touch and go there. And just about favoring the bowler for once.
I think it just goes over that line after it's crossed the batsman. That's why. You also have to remember where the ball pitches before they give it a wide.
That RPO has gone above 11 now. Short ball. This has been spliced over the keeper. Short fine leg in the circle, and unbelievably, it's gone all the way for 4. Simon Atai, you have absolutely timed that to perfection.
Well, it's not your day. It's not your day. David Visa, as we were mentioning, has not had a good tournament so far. And have a look at that. He's trying to evade that ball. It hits the bat. Could have gone absolutely anywhere, but races to the fine leg field for 4.
That's a bit of a ramp dill scoop there. Completely new shot created there by Simon Atai. We'll call it the Atai for now. The percentage of it coming off is less than 10%, but it's worked today. Brilliant stuff. And once again, that change of delivery, and Asif Iqbal once again saying it's a dot ball. Good over from David Visa, 131 for 5. That required run rate above 10.5 now. Exactly 11, Abdur Rahman.
Last 4 overs, 44 to get. Simon Atai will have to pull out that Simon Periscope shot.
What a game we're having. There you see it. 131 for 5. Tony Ura, 69 of 43. Absolutely brilliant. Charles Amini was playing well as well. Seisei Bao could not get going. Norman Vanua was swinging for the fences and couldn't connect. And now it's down to the lower middle order. Simon Atai, 12 of 10. You still have Jason Keela and Chad Soper to come. So you do have batting. 11 RPO is very, very acceptable at this stage.
Yes, 11 runs and over from here. Still anybody's game. They have 5 wickets in hand. And this is going to be the make or break over, Ahmed. They'll have to target this bowler in this over if they want to make a fist of this game.
Well, it's going to be very hard to target that man, Jan Freiling. 6 wickets to his name already versus the UAE in the first T20I of this tournament. Oh, he's tried to bowl a change of delivery but completely lost his line. Pressure is telling on Jan Freiling. Wide given.
Well, he's the bowler of the tournament, in my opinion. Almost 10 odd wickets in the series in these 3 games. 6-4 as well, but you can see every day is a new day. And as you said, Ahmed, pressure of the chase. First ball, wide ball.
Round the wicket is Jan Freiling. In the slot this time, hit in the air towards long off Kipling Doriga. What a catch! No, he's dropped it. Despairing dive from long on at full stretch, and just when he hit the ground, he's grasped it. Fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors Kipling Doriga.
Well, David Visa took an absolute blinder in that first game against the UAE. Very similar this one as well. As we were saying, if it's not your day, it's not your day. And that ball hitting his hand and then just pumping out. Is that the game-changing moment, Ahmed?
Incredible game going on here between PNG and Namibia. I have to remind you, it's just a warm-up game, but look at them throwing themselves out there in the outfield. Every game counts, every moment counts, every ball counts here for the Blue Eagles and the Papua New Guinea Islanders. What a game we're having. Pulled away this time by Simon Atai towards square leg. It's in the gap, deep fine leg, giving chase. Desperate throw in, but they'll pick up 2. Good batting here.
And very smart batting, intelligent batting. And Ahmed, yes, you're absolutely right here. There is no warm-up. This is very much a competitive game going on. Both teams putting their bodies on the line. That was a very, very good shot in the gap. By the time the fielder picked it up, they were running back for 2.
This time worked away towards that square leg fielder once again. Once again, they're pushing for 2. And a misfield. Pressure is telling. They've turned around for 3. My goodness, somebody has to hold these Papua New Guinea batters in their crease. They're absolutely hurtling between them.
We've been talking about the heat, the humidity, the pressure on everyone. That's not stopping them. If they see a 3, they're going to go for a 3. You need to be absolutely supremely fit to run 3 runs. They've already run twice, 2 doubles in this over. They ran a 3 when there was a catch dropped. Going absolutely mad between the wickets.
139 for 5. In the slot, just hit away towards mid-on. Once again pushing for two. Once again they're going for a chance for a run out at the batting end. But he's made it. Brilliant running, Simon Atai. You champion.
Well, Simon Atai, I need to find out which trainer he trains with because he is supremely fit, this guy. Look at him asking for a bottle of water. I'm tired just talking about it. He's running in the middle. I need a glass of water myself here, Ahmed.
My
Look
goodness.
at that.
They have absolute lungs of steel. You can say even Kipling Doriga is heaving, but he's not refused any call so far. Jan Freiling over the wicket. Bullish delivery through his legs. Chance for a run out, but he dives back into his crease. My goodness, what a game we have at the Dafa News Summer T20.
As I was saying, everybody's putting their body on the line. Zain Green that time. Oh, that was very close. He was gone if he had hit the stumps. So Simon Atai survives. He was hoping that ball would have crossed the wicket keeper, but it didn't. This has been a very good over for PNG. 16.5, 141, 34 runs to get.
This time once again onto the pads, just kicked away for a single, so a very productive one. I think both sides would be relatively satisfied with that. 33 runs required of 18. They've got their 11 RPO, but if they can get a couple of sixes away, they will have the game within their grasp, PNG.
I'm at 11 runs off that over, not even a single boundary in it. Absolutely magnificent running between the wickets. Again, we keep talking about the heat, the humidity. 33 runs off 18, and I'll tell you what, these two might probably run that and finish the game off for PNG. But you're right, they need a couple of boundaries to ease their nerves as well.
Magnificent running between the wickets, magnificent calling, magnificent effort here from PNG. Just need a couple of boundaries away. Then they'll feel a lot better about themselves. It's the late afternoon setting in here at the ICC Academy ground. What a thrilling finale to the Dafa News Summer T20 Bash. Every match has been of the highest quality, of the highest order. And now PNG on the verge of an upset. David Wiese has to show his class, has to show his experience and come through in the clutch moments for the Blue Eagles. Steaming in now. Wide ball this time. Once again, the umpire, Asif Iqbal, has let him go. Simon Atai giving him a glare. What's going on here? But he's well within his right to refuse.
Well, Ahmed, I think that was pretty harsh for the batsman. That was very wide outside off stump and moving away from the left-hander. David Wiese is very lucky.
This time fuller delivery in the block hole. Can only punch it down the ground for a single. So now there's a right-hand batter on. So David Wiese will have to change his game plan. He's been trying to bowl wide of that off-stump line in that 5th, 6th stump area, and it's worked for him so far. Has bowled quite a few dot deliveries. I think he'll definitely go for that change-up or that shorter delivery. Catch Kipling Doriga off guard. 32 required of 16. Slower delivery, punched away towards the cover fielder. Only a single. So this will work for the Blue Eagles.
2 runs coming off the first 3 deliveries. So Wiese giving that control to Namibia at the moment. Last 3 deliveries, they have to get 1 boundary at least in these last 3 deliveries to make a fist of this game. Otherwise, this could quickly run away.
Simon Atai on strike. Once again, just splicing it towards that cover fielder. Only a single. David Wiese is bowling a beautiful spell here at the death. Using his variations, using his nous, using his experience. And is producing some precious dot balls for Namibia.
This is a very crucial ball here, Ahmed. If he can give away just a single, even with the boundary in the last ball, they'll be behind the required run rate.
Full length delivery, inside edge onto the pads. Flips the ball on the stumps. But it's only a single. Beautiful bowling here from David Wiese, showing why he's such an in-demand franchise cricketer all over the globe.
Well, we have been talking about that indifferent tournament he's had. But all of that will be forgiven if he can bowl this last ball really well and finish his spell off. 29 needed of 13 deliveries. Very, very crucial ball in the context of the game, this.
He's only conceded 4 runs off this over so far. In the slot, hammered through, extra cover. Long off will have to give chase. They will pick up 2, but only 6 runs off the over. That is absolutely brilliant from David Visa. 26 required off the last 2 overs for PNG.
And all of a sudden that required run rate has gone to almost 13 and a half, 14 runs and over. Brilliant bowling there by David Visa, conceding just the 6 runs in the 18th over. So now all the pressure on the PNG batsmen. There's no way they're going to run this and get across the line. They'll have to get a boundary early in the 19th over. A lot of pressure now on PNG, and you must feel that Namibia is in the driving seat at the moment.
Correction to that, 27 required off 12. Brilliant over there from David Visa. JJ Smith as well has done a brilliant job in his allotted spell. 2 wickets to his name. And now they need some sixes. Now they need some boundaries. Jason Keela and Chad Soper still waiting in the dugout for their opportunity. They'd love to have a tonk at this stage. It's going to be JJ Smith back into the attack to bowl his final over. He's had a brilliant day in the field. Runs and wickets. Bowling it wide. Confusion, but they'll get through, just about get through for a single. Almost a collision there.
Well, they're all sharing a laugh. That's good to see. Associate nations play a lot against each other. 19 runs given by JJ Smith in 3.1 overs. Bowled really, really well. And again, as you mentioned, Ahmed, 48 with the bat. A perfect all-round performance. First ball, just a 1 run. 19th over, the game-changing over in a chase.
Absolutely, his captain Merv Erasmus has entrusted him with that responsibility. And I do feel there was a bit of a tactical misstep here. They should have sent Chad Soper or Jason Keela instead of Kipling Doriga. Simon Atai, we can see, can rotate the ball. He plays along the ground. They needed a basher out there. These two don't seem quite capable of wielding that long handle, but let's see. Still plenty of deliveries left to execute this run chase. Length ball struck on the pads and they'll only get a single.
Very well bowled, and yes, Ahmed, in 100% agreement with you there. Chad Soper had played a very, very good knock yesterday. He was confident. He's spent time on the wicket. If you're in a chase like this, when they were just 11 runs and over needed, they should have sent in a batsman who is a bit in form. Having said that, Kipling now, the wicket-keeper, has a responsibility. 4 more balls in this. PNG 150 up.
Kipling Doriga, he needs to slam a few now. JJ Smith steaming in. Drags it towards long on. Hard hit, but straight to the fielder. Jan Freiling in that hot spot and gets that quick flat throw into the keeper as well. Good all-round cricket there.
Well, again, Kipling, having kept for 20 overs, maybe just now running out of gas. 24 needed of 9.
Who is going to be the hero for Papua New Guinea today? Who is going to get them over the line? They're in touching distance of that target. Ramps it over fine leg this time, running away down the ground, down to the boundary for 4. A priceless boundary for Simon Atai. Well executed.
Beautiful shot that. Clearly they had a plan. I don't think they have the strength to try to go over the infield. But that was a beautiful shot there. He fell while playing it. And JJ Smith very frustrated after that ball hit the fence. 20 runs still to get.
Just missed his Yorker length. Became a slot ball and falling paddle shot there from Simon Atai. 26 of 21. Brilliant Yorker, brilliant response. They'll scurry through for a single, but that is sensational bowling from JJ Smith.
Perfect death bowling that from JJ Smith. 19 of 7.
19 required of 7. It looks difficult. It looks tough. This man has been bowling absolutely out of his skin today, reversing the ball into the stumps. 2 for 24 on the day, 48 runs to his name. He's in with a very strong shout for man of the match. But the game is not over yet, Abdurrahman. Control yourself.
Last ball. This has to go for a 4 or a 6. But it's a dot ball. Brilliant spell from JJ Smith. Last ball, a dot ball. 19 needed of the last over. I think the writing is on the wall now.
My goodness, what a brilliant execution of death bowling there from JJ Smith. Hitting that block hold, reversing the ball into the pads, away from the right-hand batter, getting a pat on the back from his compatriots. He's had one heck of a game, and he's put them in a position to get the victory. The Blue Eagles of Namibia were put under pressure. The required run rate and current run rate was neck and neck for a long period of the game. But then, in the crunch moments, they've sided towards the Blue Eagles, and now they're in control of their own destiny.
I said it, almost 10.5 runs, 11 runs and over. It was anybody's game at that time. The PNG batsmen just losing the plot a little bit, playing too many dot balls. You were talking about the running between the wicket, and then obviously when you do that, you also lose strength. When you lose strength, it's not easy to hit the ball out of the park. 19 still with Jan Freiling, the bowler of this summer T20 bash, bowling the last over.
It's been a tough examination of the Blue Eagles. It's been a tough examination for Merve Erasmus, but he has responded to the challenge and he's thrown the ball to the best bowler of the tournament. 19 required of 6 deliveries. A 6-for to his name against UAE, 3 wickets the previous afternoon as well. Short ball flipped over the top, but down to short fine leg. It was a slower delivery, and Merv Erasmus reacted beautifully, and they can only take a single.
Well, again, pace off that ball, and even if you try that ram shot, it's not easy to execute when the ball is coming in that slow. And Jan Freiling, very intelligent bowler. He's impressed me a lot. I think a lot of T10, T20 franchise teams will have his eye on him as he improves his game.
Kipling Doriga on strike, 18 required of 5. Slower delivery, swinging across the line, dot ball. This is sensational bowling from Jan Freiling.
Well, one more delivery, one more dot ball or single will be the last nail in the coffin. PNG eventually just falling short. They were looking good in the chase, but again, as you mentioned, Ahmed, sending in Kipling instead of Soper, probably not the right decision.
Short ball once again. It's beaten the keeper. It's dribbling down to the short third man. Only a single. But this has been world-class death bowling from Namibia here. JJ Smith and Jan Freiling executing their bowling plans, using their variations, hitting that block hole, bowling that short bouncer. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, Jan Freiling conceded 11 in an over where they just ran all that 11 runs, and after that, Smith, Wiese and now Freiling have put a chokehold on their chase. 17 runs now in the last 3. This ball needs to go for 6.
Yorker length delivery off the pads, and that should seal it for the Blue Eagles. Sensational final few overs from their bowlers. And they've taken a game that was in the balance and swung it towards them, and what should be a comfortable and commanding victory.
Well, again, back to the drawing board for PNG when they elected to field first. Conceded, I think, 20 runs more than they wanted to. And though that 15-20 runs is the difference between victory and defeat now. Jan Freiling, how good has he been?
This time hit in the air, spliced towards mid-off, trying to get underneath it. He takes the catch. Brilliant bowling for Jan Freiling and gets his deserved wicket of the day. Kipling Doriga has to return to the dugout.
Well, there was no way Jan Freiling was going to finish this series without a wicket. He's been wicketless in 3.4. Eventually gets a wicket. But the game is now over, done and dusted. And Namibia very well deserved. They've been very good. They were 4 down in the power play. and then recovered to score 170 runs. And now with their bowling in the last 4 overs has been absolutely spot on from a death bowling perspective.
They have looked the most professional side, the most well-prepared side in the Dafa News Summer T20. We've seen a lot of thrilling games, a lot of close finishes, a lot of excellent performers throughout the 5 teams. Jan Freiling, Mohammad Wasim, Basil Hamid, Asadullah Wala. And this has been tucked away towards fine leg for 4. No, just a single this time, and that should seal victory for Namibia over PNG in the final game of the Dafa News Summer T20 Bash. What a tournament we have had, Abdur Rahman.
Brilliant cricket to watch, brilliant cricket to bring to you, the viewers. It's been a lot of fun covering these games, and in the end, Namibia and their bowlers, their left-arm pace battery, and world class. This tournament being just a warm-up for the ICC qualifiers coming up. Namibia are expected to spring a surprise if they keep playing like this.
It's been some extremely competitive cricket, well fought, a couple of upsets as well. The team UAE, the home side, storming to victory in a mini best of 3 versus a test nation like Ireland, would really need to visit the drawing board and work on their strategies and execution in Asian conditions in the UAE. But this team on screen, Team Namibia, the Blue Eagles, have looked commanding in every single game. And Scotland as well, very, very plucky. A very, very tough side to beat. They have a lot of quality batters in their side. And in the end, Namibia have won this final game of the Dafa News Summer T20 Bash by 14 runs. Fist bumps all round. This game and this series has been conducted with a brilliant spirit and a brilliant level of competition.
Yes, the spirit, the camaraderie between the teams has been absolutely fantastic to watch. Namibia winning this final game by 14 runs. It's not a big margin, but eventually that last over from Freiling, absolutely magnificent, and Smith as well. They walk off victors, Namibia. As you mentioned, Ahmed, they're a very good side. They've got a good batting lineup as well. You can imagine they've won these games with David Visa not clicking at all with bat or ball. So imagine if somebody like him has a good day, they'll be beating the best of teams. PNG, on the other hand, live wire unit.
Absolutely, their fitness levels are absolutely through the roof. They have a lot of quality, hard-hitting batters like Asadullah Wala, Tony Ura, Chad Soper. And they just need to work on their bowling plans a bit. They're a very, very plucky side, and they will make an impact in round 1 of the World T20 qualifiers. It should be an absolutely thrilling day, a few days of cricket coming up next week.
Yeah, good experience for them playing in these conditions in the UAE. Again, getting the hang of what is going to be the best balance of their side. They've got a good leg spinner in Charles Amini, a very good left arm spinner in Simon Atai. So good bowling options. Their batting can click. They will also spring a surprise. That's a batting card for PNG. Asadullah Wala surprisingly failing today. Tony Ura 69 of 43. Brilliant knock. Charles Amini 25 of 20. CC Bao, Norman Vanau not scoring too many runs. And then Simon Atai 28 of 25 not out. Kipling Doriga 9 of 11. And then Jason Keela coming in not facing a single delivery.
12 extras given away by Namibia in their bowling analysis. Bernard Schultz, the left-arm tweaker, 1 for 14, bowled in the power play. David Visa, none for 30 in his 4 overs, bowled 2 excellent overs in the crunch. JJ Smith, outstanding today, 2 for 24 in his 4. Ben Chikongo, Jan Freiling and Helauya France taking 1 wicket each and sealing the victory for the Blue Eagles.
If the pace bowlers doing the thing for Namibia, let's have a look at the highlights of this chase.
That was the early wicket of Asad Wala that really set them back. And then it was Charles Amini and Tony Ura who took over, batted beautifully against the newer ball in the batting power play. Powerful shots down the ground. That was picture perfect from Tony Ura. Jan Freiling went in for some punishment as well. Charles Amini with a brilliant lofted shot down the ground. This was a bit fortunate. Top edge over the keeper. Tony Ura kept coming at them, kept counter-attacking, kept hitting those big shots when the team needed, and had set the platform for them to execute a big run chase. That was a good shot from Charles Amini as well. Flipped over the keeper. But this was the moment that changed the game. Inside edge onto the stumps. Tony Ura this time slamming that ball over, extra cover for 4. And then against the off spinner, he just kept hitting those towering sixes down the ground. Back-to-back sixes. Clean hitting. Sailing out of the park. And then that inside edge in the same over, Charles Amini losing his wicket. Then JJ Smith came in and got the big wicket of Tony Ura. And that completely changed the game, Abdur Rahman.
And that wicket was probably where they lost all their momentum. A bit of an effort and a bit of a fight from Kipling and Simon Atai, that LBW. Big wicket there. Then Periscope, Simon Atai Periscope, getting him a lucky boundary, but wasn't enough in the end for the PNG batsman, falling 14 runs short.
Kipling Doriga then the final batter to be dismissed, and in the end Namibia did just about enough to win by 14 runs. Match summary of the game then. PNG won the toss and elected to field first. Namibia were put into bat. Craig Williams once again 350s in this Dafa News Summer T20 so far. Brilliant batter, the outstanding batter of the tournament. JJ Smith, the outstanding all-rounder of the tournament, 48 of 34. And then 2 for 24 in the bowling effort. Zain Green also got some vital runs to his name. Nosena Pokana and Asadullah Wala, the captain, 2 wickets each. And in reply, PNG could only muster 160. Tony Ura, the standout batter, 69 of 43. Simon Atai and Charles Amini getting into the 20s, but JJ Smith, the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 24. Bernard Schultz, 1 wicket to his name. And Ben Shikongo, the young pace prospect, also doing well, 1 for 18. In the end, Namibia triumphing by 14 runs. So these were the match results of the Dafa News UAE Summer T20 Bash 2021, powered by Sport Gully. The first game between Namibia and UAE. Namibia triumphing by 17 runs. It was a close game. And then UAE versus Ireland. The first T20I was won comfortably by the Irish, but then they completely flipped the script there, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, UAE making some quick changes and making an instant impact in the second game versus Ireland, winning by 54 runs, a big margin. PNG versus Scotland. Scotland's been a very good side in this series as well, winning by 8 wickets. Namibia then sprung a surprise against Scotland, winning by 5 wickets. And then today's match where Mohammad Wasim scored 100, Ireland versus UAE. UAE winning by 7 wickets. The final game, Namibia versus PNG. Namibia winning by 14 runs. This series and this tournament is absolutely fantastic to watch and cover.
And that is the conclusion of the Dafa News Summer T20 Bash 2021. We thank you for joining us for all of these exciting T20I games. That's all from the Combox. This is Ahmed Khwaja joined by Abdur Rahman. Thank you and good evening.